Hello friends, welcome back. Today we're going to talk about a subject that is close to all of us. We're living with diabetes or caring for someone who is managing blood sugar levels. We all know the drill: monitoring, testing, making adjustments. But what if I told you there is a simple change in your daily routine that could make this process easier? A change that's right under your nose? It's not a new gadget or a fancy supplement. It's something you probably use every day without realizing its potential: your plate. While medication and exercise play their roles, one of the most underrated tools in diabetes management is right there in your kitchen cabinet: your plate. It may sound too simple, but science shows that smaller plates can lead to healthier portions, less mindless eating, and ultimately better blood sugar control. If you're living with diabetes or supporting someone who is, this strategy could be a game changer. In this 3-part series, we'll explore the psychology and science behind plate size and eating behavior. Discover some practical portion control techniques tailored for diabetics, and learn how to make this approach work for you. So let's embark on this journey towards smarter eating and stronger blood sugar control. Chapter 1: The psychology of plate size and its impact on diabetes. Why plate size matters more than you think? It might seem trivial, but the size of your plate significantly impacts how much you eat and how your body reacts. Numerous studies have shown that people tend to serve themselves more food when using larger plates, often without realizing it. This automatic behavior leads to larger portions, more calories, and for diabetics, dangerous blood sugar spikes. The science behind visual cues. This behavior is rooted in what psychologists call the Delbert illusion. It's a visual trick. The same amount of food appears smaller on a large plate and larger on a small plate. As a result, we tend to overserve ourselves when using larger dishware. In one study, participants who used larger bowls served themselves 31% more food and consumed all of it. Now imagine what that means for someone managing diabetes: more carbs, higher glucose spikes, and increased insulin demand. Plate size and portion perception. When it comes to portion sizes, perception becomes reality. If you eat off a smaller plate that's filled, your brain interprets it as a satisfying full meal, even if it's less food overall. This is essential for diabetes management, where portion control is everything. By switching to a smaller plate, you naturally eat less without feeling deprived, feel fuller sooner, reduce post-meal blood sugar levels. How this affects blood sugar. Here's where the magic happens. When you eat smaller portions, your body doesn't have to work as hard to process glucose. Your pancreas releases less insulin, and your blood sugar doesn't spike as sharply. Over time, this consistent control helps reduce A1C levels, improve insulin sensitivity, lower the risk of diabetes-related complications. It's not just about eating less, it's about eating smarter. Real-world evidence. In a trial published in Appetite Journal, participants using smaller plates consistently reduced their caloric intake without any change in satisfaction levels. For diabetic individuals, even a small calorie and carb reduction per meal can translate to significant long-term improvements. Another study involving diabetic patients showed that those practicing visual portion control experienced reduced fasting glucose and better weight management within just 12 weeks. The trap of clean plate syndrome. Many of us were raised to finish everything on our plates. This mindset, known as the clean plate syndrome, can sabotage diabetes control when large plates are involved. By using smaller plates, you flip the script. Now, a clean plate means a more appropriate portion. You're still finishing your meal, but without overloading your system with excess carbs or calories. The role of plate composition: it's not just how much is on the plate, but what is on the plate. If you're diabetics, this means fill half your smaller plate with non-starchy vegetables. Fill 1/4 with lean protein. Fill the remaining quarter with healthy carbs. Smaller plates help make this visual method easier to follow and harder to overeat. Simple steps to get started. Want to implement this today? Here's how. Switch to an 8 to 9 inch plate instead of the typical 11 to 12 inch dinner plate. Use smaller bowls for soup, cereals, or desserts. Choose darker colored plates to increase contrast between food and plate, helping you recognize portion sizes better. Don't eat directly from packages. Serve food onto a plate or bowl. Practice mindful eating. Put your fork down between bites, chew thoroughly, and focus on your meal. Common mistakes to avoid. Using small plates but piling food high. You're not tricking your body, just the plate. Eating too fast. Smaller plates help, but only if you allow your body time to register fullness. Not adjusting plate content. Just shrinking a plate full of unhealthy food won't help. Balance is key. Mindset shift. Empowerment over restriction. So using smaller plates isn't about deprivation, it's about empowerment. You're not restricting yourself. You're taking control. You're making a smart choice for your health. And remember, every small step counts.